Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. We are on day 9, December 9th, 2022 on the Brewer's Advent calendar. And we are having the Hallertauer Hopfen Cuvée from the Schlossbrauerei Herrngiersdorf out of Herrngiersdorf, Germany. Thanks for joining us.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. And we are on day 9 of our Brewer's Advent calendar 2022. Yes, it is still 2022 for just a few more days. And we are running through these like hotcakes, water. I don't know, whatever.
Like day by
beer.
day. Yeah. Day by day.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, as well as check us out on social media. Links are below in the description. And also join us on Discord. Come by and say hello on our Hopped Up Beer Review server there. We'd love to see you on Discord. Come say, hey, I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. I am Ben. What are we drinking today, gentlemen?
Hallertauer Hopfen Cuvée. It is a Pilsner from the Schlossbrauerei Herrngiersdorf out of Herrngiersdorf, Germany. It's in Bavaria. So
that was great.
The federal state of Bavaria.
You've said that twice now. That's you're doing good there.
I'm working on it.
And if you're German and you're watching this and he's doing bad, then remember all the hate mail goes to him. I'm not saying anything. So, I'm
trying, doing my best.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Trying to do right by y'all.
At least for our
the
show,
beer.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You're doing great by our show. Jay, obviously you were thirsty because you have poured this out.
It's already poured.
It's already done. So this is
something happened. It just magically appeared.
Wow. So this is day number 9, day number 8. If you remember or need to go back and watch, we also had a Pilsner. So I'm really thinking, if I have one gripe about this box, it's they could have laid out the beer a little bit differently, potentially. But hey, that's the only gripe I have so far.
Such a griper.
I think the beer's great,
Yes. Thank y'all.
Yes, the beers are great. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
cheers, mates. I
don't think we've had a bad one. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
I mean, one way you could look at it, Ben, is you're only having to go day by day comparing similar beers. So, back to back Pilsners, you could try them and see from yesterday to today.
That's a good point. I can definitely make an easy comparison between the one we had yesterday and this one because we had it so frequent, so recent. So that's a decent point there.
It's interesting. This one's got a little more haze for a Pilsner.
Yeah.
So this guy, the Hallertauer Hopfen Cuvée, 5.3%, says 0 IBUs. At least I think on Untapped it said that. Uses 4 of the best Hallertau hops. Hallertau is the region in Bavaria, the growing region that produces some amazing German noble hops. Those are the Pearl, Hallertau Traditional, Hallertau Mittelfrüh, and the Sapphire hops.
Wow.
They describe it as being mild and light in the first sip, and it changes in the aftertaste to a spicy and hoppy sensation, I guess.
Interesting.
It does have a little more hops for Pilsner, for sure.
It's definitely mild and light, but I'm not getting a big spice. There is a nice, interesting flavor to it. So the last Pilsner we had, the Langang Pils, that tasted more like that traditional Czech style Pilsner. This, I'm not even getting quite as much hop out of it as just that mild and light. But it's good. So I'm wondering, at when in the process they hopped it.
Yeah, I mean, it has, for me, it has a little bit of that bitter to it, and that's that. I think that's the taste that you're talking about. Maybe we just perceive it differently, but it's. I would have at first thought and said, hey, it's a little bit more hoppy, a little bit more bitter than the one we had yesterday. But after you mentioned, some of the spice and everything, I'm trying to pull that out, and maybe it's not quite as bitter. Maybe it is more of a spice flavor.
Yeah, I need to drink more to figure that out. So I like to look up the words and translate them for us. Hallertauer refers to the type of hop in the region. Hopfen is German for hop. Cuvée, not a German word. It's French. It is a term. It's for French wine. It's a term that derives from the cuve, C-U-V. As my French is as good as my German, and so it means a vat or a tank in which things are like distilled and all or conditioned. But the term is also used in beers. They said it's also used in chocolate and other liqueurs like cognac. But for beers, it's traditionally like for sours, like alambic or goses, and it refers to things with wine-like characteristics. Therefore, it's like the sours, but it can be used for any beer. There's no real laws or rules on how to describe it as a cuvée. No defined meaning for beer. It evokes images of higher quality, so to say. So it makes you think, ooh, I'm drinking something very nice.
Cuvée. That sounds very French, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little haughty.
If y'all have ever had French beer, yeah. Maybe they should call more French beer cuvées.
Maybe. Oh goodness.
There's more.
Go ahead,
bring it.
Interestingly enough, the Schlossbrauerei Herrngiersdorf. It originally, the brewery originated in an old abbey, and they describe itself as the oldest privately owned brewery in the world. The abbey, the first records that can go as far back as they can find to 1131.
Wow.
They've been brewing. The current building in which they've moved to is 1709 is what it dates back to. So still, there's brewing out of a 300-year-old brewery, and I mean, goodness, almost a 900-year-old brewing process. So
yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
I wondered, I hope that logo up there up to the screen just to say, hey, that
doesn't that look old, y'all?
I mean, it looks old. I mean, somebody must have drawn that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Slapped it on a can. This aluminum can is probably ancient.
The drawing can't be recent, but
Can you imagine though? I mean, they've been growing the same type of hops essentially and separating them out.
Same region, man.
Yeah. Wow.
That's cool.
I'm done with all my my part for this.
All right. Well, that's all great information. Thank you, Andy.
Cheers.
I think just kind of finish the thought from a minute ago. As I have more of it, I don't think it's bitter so much. I think it is another flavor there. What I don't know, but it's whatever the bitter that I thought I tasted before is not really.
It must be the combination of hops.
Yeah, having the 4 different hops.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Are we ready to go around and give this one a number here?
Do it.
On day 9, beer 9, December 9th. All right. I'm going to jump in and go first. I like this one a lot. The first couple sips I had, bitter, not my favorite. and I thought it was bitter, but that has kind of subsided, and it has a really good flavor to it. I really, really like it. I'm not going to give it a 9, but I'm going to give it an 8.5. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
8.5.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree. This is one of the better Pilsners I've had. It does have a little bitterness to it, but me, I've always loved the IPA. So sometimes the bitter I do enjoy. I'm not going to go as high as you. I think I'm going to rate this one probably an 8.
Close.
The hand scale.
That's a big scale for Ben. I
Yeah.
mean, to say he's going to rate this an 8.5.
I mean, this is great. If I could go to the store, if this was at my local store, I would buy, a case of this. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah. This is an easy drinking beer.
Yep.
It's got, I like when I see the haze, it's a little cloudy. It's like, oh, okay, there's some good stuff in this, because, the Pilsner stuff that we get around here, it just mass produced, but something like this, it tastes that I wish I knew what made it that little spice flavor, not spices and spicy hot, but just a flavor quality that is not so bitter.
It gives
a
it
hop
a little
aroma.
kick.
Yeah,
Almost.
it's like a hop
Yeah.
aroma, not the hop bitterness, and it reminds me of like dry hopping when we talked about it in the past. And I like it out of a Pilsner. It doesn't make me think more Bohemian, like Czech style Pilsner, but just like a general Pilsner. And it's a great quality. I like it. The last one we did, the Langang, I think I give that a 7.5, and I just like this a little bit better. So I guess I got to give it an 8. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all bumped up on this one because it's something. Maybe it's about their specialty hops.
Yeah, and they say it's the 4 best hops of the Hallertauer region, and I mean, it's got some depth to it, some quality, but I wish I had a better palate to pull out what it is.
Yeah.
I guess I got to drink more beer, to figure it out. Yeah.
Practice does make perfect. Yeah. And, I think if you will stay on this course of continuing to drink and rate beer, we'll get you there. We'll get you there. All right. Between that and your German, I mean, in another 12 years, I mean, you're going to be set.
Immerse myself.
All right. That will give us an 8.2 for the
Hallertauer Hopfen Cuvée.
Thank you, Andy. Really great Pilsner. Hopefully you can find it and give one a shot. I think it's really interesting. We didn't mention this, but on the can, at least the one we have, half of it is in German, half of it is in English, which is cool. Probably just because they're shipping it over here. But nonetheless, great Pilsner for you to give a shot. And also, if you're following along and you are having these as we go, be sure to let us know what you think about it. Hopefully you find it as good as we do. And if you don't, then let us know. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, as well as check us out on social media, especially Discord. I am Ben. There's Andy in the attic. There's Jay. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.